Good evening, my dear fangs. I'm sure you've all seen The Exorcist. I honestly didn't think there was a true story that inspired the film or novel. I did see some show on, I think, like the Discovery Channel or History Channel way back in the day about Roland, but I wasn't sure like that had anything to do with The Exorcist. I did read the novel, and I found it great up until the ending. And the only reason for that is because it seemed like they were trying a little too hard to debunk the possibility of it being anything psychological. Anyway, the story behind The Exorcist takes place in 1949, when a 14-year-old boy named Roland Doe, although he was nicknamed Robbie, was possessed. His family was German Lutheran, and he lived in a big home. A lot of family members lived there. He requested a Ouija board for his birthday, which his Aunt Harriet had gifted him. After she passed away, strange things started to occur within the house, mostly surrounding Robbie, and they occurred at night. Rattling on the walls, strange noises, water dripping from faucets, and flying objects. Roland's parents contacted numerous experts, which all led to a dead end. Desperate, the family reached out to Father E. Albert Hughes, the family's local priest, and he performed an exorcism, in February. The exorcism actually had to be cut short prematurely due to Roland ripping a piece of a mattress spring and hurling it at the priest. A few days later, Roland started getting scratches, which eventually spelled the word Louis. The family took it as a sign and moved to St. Louis, as well as contacting St. Louis University, where Roland was introduced to Father Walter H. Halloran and Reverend William Bowdern, and they performed an exorcism as well. So, what happened to this boy? Well, no one knew who he was exactly for a very long time. I think 75 years, to be exact. But experts believe that the boy is Ronald Hunkler, a former NASA engineer who helped with the 1969 moon landing. He died of a stroke a month shy of his 86th birthday in 2020. The reason why he's believed to be the child that inspired the movie and novel is because his partner explained that Hunkler was worried about coworkers finding out about his past. And he actually wouldn't be around on Halloween, just in case there were going to be people to harass him about his experiences. William Blatty got the idea for The Exorcist when he was studying at Georgetown University. There was a professor lecturing about exorcisms in class and specifically mentioned Roland's story. William contacted the Reverend William Bowdern, who had performed one of the exorcisms, and with that information, he adapted Roland's story. The only things that were changed for the movie adaptation was the age of the protagonist, having a single mother instead of a large family, which Roland had, moving to St. Louis because of the scratches. Everything else, though, is close to the experiences of Roland. No one knows if, his head spun or if he levitated or any of that type of stuff. So, was he really possessed by demons? I honestly don't know. I can't vouch for that. I don't know enough to conclude that information. I'll admit, I don't believe in demons. I believe in science and psychology. These scratches, he honestly could have done himself. The noises he was hearing could have been hallucinations caused by severe grief at the loss of his aunt. Or they could have been an underlying medical ailment or psychological ailment. There are so many ways science and psychology explain possession that it's hard for me to believe in it. Now, in the 1940s and 70s, we didn't have this knowledge that we do today. So it's understandable why they would believe in that back in the day. I just think today, with everything that we know, it's hard. And that doesn't mean that it's not true, because I know sometimes there are cases where psychology can't answer everything, or medical science can't answer everything. So there is that, still that grain of what if there. I have heard that some scientists wonder if people can actually tap into a part of the brain that allows them to mentally move things. Not physically move things, but people can move things with their mind. we don't quite understand the brain and all it's capable of, so anything is really possible until we learn more, of course. That's always the case. What do you think? Do you think Roland was really possessed? I'll provide links below if anyone is interested to find more out, like, about Roland's case and how it created one of the most terrifying horror movies in history. And I will admit, it was one of the first horror movies I ever watched. I was really young. I was probably like 8 or 9 when I saw it. And I don't know if this one was the very first or if it was it, because I saw it around the same time as well. And no, not the most recent one, obvious, because I'm much older than that for that to be the first movie. But The Exorcist, I will admit, when I first saw it, it did mess me up. I was pretty traumatized from it. I was already having night terrors at this point, and when Regan crab walks down the stairs in the director's cut and her mouth spills blood out, that totally freaked me out. I actually went underneath the covers and I managed to fall asleep somewhere between that and the part where she's being interviewed by, I think, camera people or a TV show, and her voice changes to that demonic voice. That woke me up and freaked me out. I had nothing but nightmares that night, and I kept seeing demons when I woke up because I wasn't completely awake. I was still in that in-between, which is basically what night terrors are. It's fun times. Those were great times. So I can see why it was so terrifying. It's something that, what if this could actually happen? And it's terrifying to think that you would be out of control of your body, that you can't control yourself. And I think that's what terrifies people the most with possession, is that you're not in control of your actions anymore. Something else is. And that actually is for some people with different mental illnesses. They don't feel like they're in control of their emotions, their body, basically their reactions, how they do things. And it's scary. And that's pretty much what I think possession is, but I could be wrong again, because again, we don't know everything that's out there. We're still learning. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around till the end. I hope everyone has a phenomenal weekend. Stay tuned for next week. I'll be discussing poltergeists and the possibility that it is all in the mind. Because what if it is? What if we're causing the strange things that happen? The flying objects, the slamming doors, all that kind of stuff. Hey, you never know. If you don't want to miss that, click the bell icon to never miss an update. Click the like and subscribe buttons to join the Fang family. It's honestly appreciated. Take care until next time. Bye, everyone.